I'm in a space where I'm okay to be alone. Like, I don't crave friends. I just turned 30 in July, and I like to be alone. I had a problem being alone, but I crave being alone now. Like, I like my peace. I like being around my daughter. I don't need a group of women to make me feel whole. Like, I don't need to, I don't want to hear gossip.
Yeah.
And I don't sit on the phone and gossip with women.
Good morning, ladies, and welcome back to the channel. I hope you guys are doing really well. Excuse me, I've got a little frog in my throat. So today's video is going to be about choosing friendships over peace. Now, this is something that I used to do in the past, and I wanted to talk about how important it is to value your peace over friendships. And I'm going to primarily be talking about women friendships in today's video because peace is something that is so important. And I want to just give you some ideas on how your peace can be disturbed and why you need to choose peace over friendship. So that's what we're going to be discussing in today's video. Now, please do not judge. I do not have an outfit for today because I just could not be bothered with putting on a proper outfit today because we woke up and it was about 26 degrees here where I live. And so I don't have really anything to go out for, so I decided to just stay in my pajamas. As you can see here, I've just got my little pajama outfit on. But I will show you here on the screen what I wore yesterday. So let me pause for my outfit of the day that was yesterday. So my outfit for today is going to begin with my beautiful Harris tweed coat that I got in London, England. The next thing I popped on today is his silk scarf. That was a gift to me. I've teamed it up with my oatmeal colored cashmere sweater, a beautiful leather belt with a gold buckle, my riding pants, and my riding boots from the Thursday Boot Company. This is my outfit for today. Okay, ladies, so welcome back to the channel. Now, if you are just landing on my channel for the very first time, my name is Teresa, and this channel is all about leveling up and becoming more elegant and more graceful. And if you are interested in that, please go ahead, subscribe to the channel, and join our community of women that are becoming more elegant and more graceful. Now, in the clip that I showed you, ladies, in the beginning of this video, the young lady was talking about how she chooses peace over friendships. So I'm going to talk about 4 different categories that I pulled out of her statement as to why she chooses peace over friendships. And the first one is going to be about gossip. Now, this is something that it's just been a long-term problem for some women, and I don't know that it will ever resolve. So the one thing that I've learned to do over the years is to just eliminate those people that are gossipers from my life, because gossip is something that is not only hurtful, but it is coming from a person that is not trustworthy. So gossiping is one of those things that I think not only is it a waste of your time throughout the day, but is there anything better that you could be doing to improve your own life other than sitting around gossiping with another female? Because once again, these are not traits that elegant women follow. And for some odd reason, There are some women that thrive on gossip. And I have met a lot of women that love to gossip. And now, this is not going to be a video about telling you not to have friendships, but this is going to be a video about hopefully getting you to choose wisely if you do decide to have a close female relationship, because this comes naturally for some women. I was in this group of women, and we had some disagreements. And this particular person decided to reach out to another member of the group and go against me to try to team up and get support to talk negative against me. And so this is something that I think is common in women that are, number one, insecure, women that are just overwhelmed with jealousy, women that do not really have much going on in their lives other than gossiping, and women that like to kind of be messy all the time. And by messy, I mean like women that just like to have something negative going on, things that are conflicts and things like that. That's a messy type of person. And so I had to end the friendship, and I confronted her about it. And of course, she denied it. And just to share with you ladies a little bit of a context over what she and I were disagreeing about, is that I was the leader of the group and she was not on time. And so I had to address it with her because the meeting was only for 1 hour. And most of the time she would turn up late. And this is something that I thought was not only disrespectful to the group, but it was also disrespectful to me as the leader. So I did address it with her about being late. And so this is where the lashing out took place. This is where the gossiping started. So this is something that I refuse to deal with now in my life, because there are very few people that take accountability for the things that they do or say. So in terms of that, I think we have to make a decision if we are going to choose peace or choose friendships or even a friend in our lives that's not going to bring peace, that's not going to be uplifting, a person that is keeping up a lot of drama, if you will, and a person that is just messy. When it comes to having a close friend, and this friend is going to be in your life quite often, then if this is not a person who brings peace and enjoyment into your life, then it is a person that you need to consider moving out of your circle. And to give you ladies an idea as to what I am talking about, can you ladies read what the pocket of my pajama says here? And if you can't read it, it says, please do not disturb. So when a person is messy, when a person is dramatic, when a person is constantly causing conflict in your life, or even conflict around others, and then calling you and gossiping about that person, this is a person that you need to have, please do not disturb. So it's something that I have learned to do. It's not an easy thing to do if it's a close friend or even family member that is doing this, but it is something I believe that is necessary, because some people are never going to change. And I don't think it's our responsibility to force them to change. But what I do think is that it is our responsibility to decide what we are willing to accept in our own lives. And gossip, and a gossiper and a messy person is not one of those types of people that I choose to allow into my circle. So in the clip you saw in the early part of this video, this particular young lady specifically addressed gossiping. And she also said that she no longer sits on the phone and gossips with women. So this is something that I find very interesting, and also it's something that I think we need to understand, because there are some women that are never going to change. But however, you can make the proper decision for your own life. And that is to either choose to continue to gossip with another person, to be a person that is not developing their character, a person that is messy, that is untrustworthy, because even when you listen to the gossip and you decide that you are going to agree with the other person, you are just as messy as the person who is delivering the gossip to your ears. So gossip is the first thing that I wanted to pull out from the excerpt that this young lady was speaking about. And remember, please do not disturb if you are a gossiper. Now, the next thing that this young lady spoke about was that she no longer needed other women to make her feel whole or validated. Now, this is something that I think that I used to hold on to, because I used to try to form friendships because I thought that having a bunch of women friends around me would make me feel whole and also make me feel validated. Needless to say, this was definitely not the case. When you are in need of other people to make you feel whole, there is inner work to be done. You are already whole the way you are. You just need to accept who you are. You do not need other people's opinions. You don't need people to tell you that you're beautiful. Now, when it comes to the male species, I think it's nice to hear that you are beautiful, but you don't need a group of women friends to validate your success, to validate your beauty, to validate you moving up the ladder, to validate you leveling up with your lifestyle. You do not need anyone to validate you whatsoever. And I think this is something that you can say that is kind of an insecurity. And when it comes to being insecure, this is something that means that there is inner work to be done. And nothing and no one can cure your insecurity. It is work that has to be done from the inside out. And no matter surrounding yourself with 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, whatever the number may be, of women friends that you have, it's not going to resolve your insecurity. And needing other people to validate you just means that you are really not confident with who you are. And as an elegant woman, we are confident with who we are, with what we have achieved, and the value that we bring to others and to the world. So if you are in need of validation from a group of women friends, or even one woman, then please understand that there is work to be done, number one. Number two, always know that when you have done your best, that is all you can do. And sometimes I know we seek validation because it makes us feel better about ourselves. When I was in corporate America, I used to seek validation all the time from the senior partners in the law firm. Well, the validation never came. And so over time, I had to learn that I was enough. And what I thought about myself was the only thing that should matter to me. So if you're a person that is in need of validation from other women or other friends or from anyone for that matter, I want to encourage you today that you are enough and to believe in yourself, because this is the only way that you are going to bring peace into your life. Now, the next thing that she mentioned in the video clip was about peace. She enjoyed her peace. Now, today, I am in my pajamas and my house is quiet. My husband's at work, and I am enjoying the peace and quiet. Sometimes, when there are a lot of people around us, you have to ask yourself, does that really feel peaceful? Or is sometimes, excuse me, I got something in my eye. Or is sometimes getting off to yourself more peaceful than being in a group of people? Because being able to enjoy peace sometimes means peace and quiet. It means silence. It doesn't necessarily mean that you always need to have noise in the background. You don't always need to have people in your circle. Peace is going to come from you creating an environment that brings peace. And when you're in a group of people, unfortunately, sometimes there's always going to be this one person that seems a little bit off the cuff, if you will, that's going to disturb your peace. Ask yourself today, is there anyone in your life that is disrupting your peace? Are there activities that you have joined that you really don't want to belong to? Are there people that you work around that are not creating a peaceful work environment? Maybe you could request to move to a different department. There are all different ways to create peace in our lives. Some of them more difficult than others, I have to agree with. But being able to enjoy peace is one of the best things you can create for your own life. Now, the next thing that she mentioned was that she enjoyed spending time alone. She no longer craved friendships. And one of the things that she mentioned was she used to be afraid to be alone. A lot of times you cannot have peace until you are capable of spending time alone. Now, I love my alone time, and some days I take myself out to dinner. I take myself to the spa. I go for walks. I love my alone time. And when the house is quiet, you can not only sit and read, but you can relax. You can even light some candles. And when you are trying to bring friends into your environment all the time because you are afraid to be alone, this is why you do not have peace in your life. And sometimes people are afraid to be with themselves. And again, this is a problem. When we spend time alone, we learn who we really are. We learn those things that make us feel happy. Like right now, I am looking out the window and it is sunny, but it's very cold. And it's just a beautiful day today, but it is really, really cold here. But you have time to sit, to reflect, and to enjoy the peace and quiet. I would encourage anyone who has never stepped out and spent time alone to just start with maybe spending a few hours by yourself. You might realize that if you had a girlfriend with you, you're going to have to negotiate on the restaurant that you eat at. Now, I am a very, and I mean very picky eater. And I try to choose places that are as healthy as possible. And to be honest, there is only one place in the Atlanta area where we go to when we eat out. Now, we do not eat out very often, but there is a restaurant called True Food Kitchen here in Atlanta. And there is also a raw food restaurant in the south part of Atlanta. But these are usually the only places that I would choose to eat at. However, when I had this other girlfriend that I later had to disconnect from, she recommended places, and I tried to make it fit with my lifestyle, but I was not happy with the quality of the food at the restaurant, and she was. So I had to ask myself, why am I making myself suffer to appease this other person? Because she was eating the food that she was accustomed to, but I did not have the food that I require for my body. And needless to say, after I ate the food, it never makes me feel well. So this is something that if you were spending time alone and you took yourself out for lunch or dinner, you can choose whatever place you would like to eat. The next thing about spending time alone is that you get to know yourself, because getting to know yourself is one of the best things that you can do. You know what type of movies you like. I have even taken myself to an afternoon matinee and really, really enjoyed it. Now, had I decided to take a girlfriend with me, again, there's negotiation. Now, I understand that this can be good in some scenarios, so please do not misunderstand me. I understand that learning to actually flow with another person can be a good thing in some aspects, but if I'm talking about my peace and what I actually do and do not want to do, then negotiating on the movie that I want to see is just probably not going to be an option, because I have to pay for it. And I don't want to spend money on something that I am not going to enjoy. Because that way, the way that you have chosen to live your life is not going to be vacuumed up by somebody else's decision as to how they want you to live your life. Now, this is something that I think is super important when it comes to peace, because everybody's different. No matter if it's family, friendships, relationships, intimate or otherwise, we are all different. But when it comes to women friendships or men, no, mostly women. Let me just stick with women, because I've only had one really close friendship with a male, and it was really, really good. He was a partner in the law firm that I used to work for, and we played golf together. So he was a really, really good friend. So let's just stick with the women, because this is where I experienced issues with peace. So I wanted to encourage you today. It's not about not having community. This is about, are you choosing friendships or a friendship over your peace? And I want to encourage you to value yourself, value your peace, value the time that you spend with yourself because you deserve it. And please do not let anyone undermine your peace. Now, even if it's a long-term friendship, it doesn't matter if it's a friendship that has been 20 years. If the friendship starts to disrupt your peace, please do not disturb. I have had so many women that have just fallen short to me of what it really means to be a good friend. And just to give you an idea of what I would be looking for in a female friendship that I would call a close friend would be honesty, integrity, a person who is not bringing me gossip, because as the young lady said in the beginning of this video, I don't even listen to gossip. When somebody brings you gossip, there is a way to handle that. And here's what you say. I'm sorry, but I am not involved in that situation, so I would rather not hear what you are about to say. And I know that may, I'm sorry, ladies, but that may sound harsh, but trust me, a gossip will run once you set a boundary with her. Now, where was I? When it comes to female friendships, I think it's more valuable to choose your peace over a close friend, even if it's one that's been long-term, as I said previously. Because at the end of the day, you need to value yourself, value your time, and also if the person is messy, then this is a person who is disrespectful. So we need to understand that the quality of our relationships matter. And this is definitely not telling you not to have community. Community can be good if the quality, not the quantity, but the quality of those relationships are good. Even if someone invites you to go to an event, to a party, to dinner, what have you, and you just want to have a day where you want to just experience oneness with yourself, choose yourself over the friend. Because at the end of the day, it is about you bringing value in your own life. And nobody else can do that for you. You've got to believe in yourself. You've also got to know that you are enough and that you do not require a lot of women around you to feel good about yourself, to feel like you're accomplishing your goals, to feel, validated or anything like that. You are enough. Yes, you are. And the third thing is that do not lend a listening ear to a gossiping tongue. And I guess that's the video that I wanted to share today because I think it's important. And when I saw that little clip come across my social media the other day, I got inspired to film a video about choosing friendships over peace. So I want to end the video with just having you to ask your own self the question of how do you feel when you are around messy people? When you are around all these group of people that you have to manage, you have to tiptoe around and make sure that, you are dancing to everybody's tune. You say the right words all the time. you know, as we should never be offensive. That's not what I'm talking about. Some people are triggered very easily, so these are the people I'm talking about. So ask yourself, how do you feel around those people? How do you feel around people that are bringing you gossip? When you get off the telephone with a person that has given you an earful of gossip, how do you feel? Do you feel lifted up? Or do you feel like they just laid a burden in your lap that it is not yours to solve? So let's ask ourselves those questions, and then if you want my recommendation, choose peace over friendship every single time. Okay, ladies, so that is all I have to share in today's video. Let me know your thoughts, because this is such an impromptu conversation, and I just decided to come on here today in my PJs. So let me know your thoughts. Have you ever experienced anything with another female friendship that you had to let go of and you chose your peace over that? I would love to hear your thoughts on that. Now, we are not mentioning names because we don't do that here on this channel, but just give me your thoughts on what I talked about in today's video. Now, once again, if you are just landing on my channel for the very first time, my name is Teresa, and this channel is all about leveling up and becoming more elegant and more graceful. And if you are interested in that, please go ahead, subscribe to the channel, and join our community of women that are becoming more elegant and more graceful. And as always, I will see you in my next video.